and today we're going to look at the stand-up magic of Rich Marotta. But before we get into that, Alex has a small disclaimer for you. Take it, Alex.
You definitely want to, listen with an open mind today, because we're going to be watching someone who's a stand-up comedian, right? And in a stand-up comedian environment, sometimes language can be a little bit looser than it would be in certain company. So know that there might be a word here or there that you might hear and go, ooh, I wouldn't want to put that in my act. You know what I mean? So be aware. It's a comedy club, and the language can get, I edit it as much as I can, but there are moments where you'll see that, there's something that happens. In fact, in the first one, there's a little bit of a finish to go, ooh, but it's funnier. You'll see. All
right, we're going to jump right in and watch it. Here we go.
Perfect.
Excuse me for 1 second. I have to check on my pets. Always going, care of my pets while I'm gone. I go, second, I have to check on my pets. Always going out of town, always on the road. Ask people, hey, will you take care of my pets while I'm gone? I go, sure, we'll take care of your pets. Get home, dog's belly up on a rug. Fish are floating on top of the water. Cats in the microwave. I figured I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm going to bring them with me. I keep them in here. Hi, guys. Here, I'll take them out, introduce you to them. Here they are. Fish. Looks like a real fish, doesn't it? It's not. It's fake. I used to use real fish, but they all fucking died.
So there you go.
All right, that was pretty amazing. I mean, that.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool little way to come out and open. Surprising you would do that in a comedy club, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it definitely grabs their attention immediately, and it establishes you as, someone who's going to do some magic, right? Because that's very, very unexpected and very popular trick for Rich as well. I remember he put it on the market, and we could never keep in stock. As soon as they came in, they would go out, and we would get, like a dozen of them at a time. And it was an expensive item to be able to do that, because there's a lot of specialized stuff to be able to do that, Yeah. But Rich, he's very funny. I was actually able to spend some time with Rich. I was a production assistant on this when we shot this thing, and we, rented the comedy club for the night to shoot this thing. It was amazing, to be able to see the process and stand with them in the comedy club environment, a guy who's just touring, and sort of get to be the magic roadie. I was definitely led into another world that I would never be led into otherwise, So it was very interesting to watch all of it. But Rich is very funny, and you'll see, he's getting them here. It's when we move into this next clip, you'll see he's moving sort of right into the act. And in this next one, there are a couple of magic effects that sort of happen rapid fire, but they're quick effects. And you'll see that it concludes with to be continued, that we will find our way back to. So having said all that, let's watch this.
Well, here's what I did. I actually wrote my whole act down on this sheet of paper so I wouldn't forget what the hell I was going to do. Boy, I got some funny shit here, I'll tell you. Oh, this is notes from the other guy's acts. Sorry, fellas. Actually, just to show you I am a professional, I will destroy this sheet of paper. I will do the rest of the act completely from memory. Okay, here we go. The first trick is the, I did the fish. Fish. Okay, here's a piece right here. Let me check and see what the hell it is. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, those of you that got that. Paper's back together. We don't call this shit magic for nothing. Later on, I'm going to be doing a trick with my business cards. Here they are. They're blank, but as soon as I get a job, I'm going to have them printed up. Here, you take one, do me a favor. You take one, you take one. Oh, this is good. You always get free stuff. You get one. You get one. Okay, there we go. Anybody been to New York lately, by the way? No? Nicer, Giuliani, kinder, gentler? Just remember one thing. If you're walking down the street in New York, remember it is impolite to throw something in a garbage pail while someone else is eating out of it. Here, write your name on the face of those cards, will you? Well, you all get your own little pen. I'll get back to you later. We're going to do it later. Walking down the street the other day in New York, I decided to get a slice of pizza to go. I like to eat in New York. You can eat on the street. I get the pizza. I'm walking down the street. I'm just ready to bite into it. This panhandler guy comes over to me and says, hey, buddy, can you give me some change for something to eat? Reach in my pocket, take out 50 cents. Then I think, wait a second, I got this slice of pizza, so I ask him, what do you want? You want the pizza, you want the 50 cents? He looks at the pizza, he looks at the 50 cents. He looks at the pizza, he looks at the 50 cents. Back and forth like that for about 30 seconds. Then he threw his hands in the air and ran away. Yeah, you know, I was confused for a while, but then I realized, hey, beggars can't be choosers. Oh, you don't like the tie? Is that why you're booing? No problem. Hey, the tie changed. I'm doing my best trick right now. Usually I wait till the end of the show to do my best trick, but I'm starting to realize Lottie might not be here at the end of my show. I'm not taking any chances. See this bag? Looks like a regular bag? No, it's a magic bag, and inside the bag, a jar of Wishbone creamy Italian dressing. Hey, by the way, I'm a creamy Italian myself. You get the dressing, you put it in the bag, snap your fingers, say the magic words, shadamanazana, changes into, hey, bottle of ketchup. Thank you, you're beautiful. Pleasure to be here. Can't tell you what warmth and love I feel coming from the room. I'll do it again. Get the bottle of ketchup, put it in the bag. Snap your fingers, say the magic word, shadamanazana, hey, changes back. Ah, this one sucks, doesn't it? Sorry, they all can't be great. Right? Thought you're getting ripped off and you got a good trick, huh?
I've never seen that done. I've never seen that last one done that way. That's
Really?
early.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't either. Usually it's just a straight up vanish. You never see it as a change. I thought it was pretty clever. I think it's a pretty clever routine. And then the set list thing. I really love the set list thing too. I think that's
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a little, almost a throwaway that's really impressive.
Right.
Red ashes, right? That's
Yeah.
the classic red ashes trick. Which, if you're in conjure community, you can look that up in the back room. We did a show on red ashes. So like typically you're exactly right. Like usually it's a straight up bottle vanish, and I like the way he did that. Have you seen that before, Steve?
With the bottle, yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen that before.
Where the two change?
Yeah, like usually it'll be like the ketchup bottle and a mustard bottle. I've seen people do, and I think that are we allowed to say what that is? Would that give it away if you say what it is?
Just say it's a vanishing bottle, sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the specific one it is. If you can get your hands on one of those, you should get one.
If you could.
Yeah. If one comes across your way, you should get one. And don't be worried too much about it, because it's just a fantastic thing to have in your arsenal.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
lasts forever.
useful, so many different ways. They come in beer bottles and all kinds of stuff, and it's just what I love about a guy like Rich here is that he's about entertaining, and he's about it's not so much about how bad can I fool you. It's like how hard can I entertain you. You know what I mean? And this kind of trick right here, this vanishing bottle trick, is just it's like one of those things you have in your case, and you just can do it at a moment's notice, and it's fantastic. Yeah,
Solid
exactly
piece of
right,
magic.
Scott.
Yeah.
Exactly
Scott,
right.
you're lucky. You're lucky then, Scott.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
got
the
one
one
good
to
for
get.
you.
That's the
Start
one to
doing
get.
it. Start doing it.
That's right.
If you don't have something working with it, you better start doing something because it's great.
Or sell it to Steve. He'll take it off your hands.
Yeah, I'm looking for a couple things.
You actually could try.
I don't
Believe
know.
it or not, I got mine's a Coke bottle, but I got one off of Wish.
Oh yeah.
I sure did. Yeah, and I hardly ever use it because every piece of magic I've ever gotten off of there has been just totally crappy. That's decent. That was decent enough. And
look into
guess,
that, man.
guess what the price was on it?
Like $4.
No, it was $13.
Oh, okay.
But still, that's
It's a respectable price.
it is. Yeah.
That's a respectable price.
Yeah. Yes.
Not like $4, like I was saying. It was totally disrespectful.
Ask me in like a year if it's still is holding together.
Right. Right.
All right. So what is
Faces.
Oranges all about?
So this is well, it's an impossible location trick. You should just watch the thing. It's a beautiful card trick. Super fun.
Casey, you call me the great Amazo for this trick? Shuffle them up. Give 'em a little shuffle like this. I'm going to run through the cards one at a time. Whenever you want, I want you to say when. Most people say after the show. No joke, buddy. It's part of the old act. Okay, here we go. Whenever you want, just yell out, stop.
Stop.
Take a look at it. Here, take the card, hold it close to you so I can't see. You're making that card pretty happy there, I'll tell you. I'm going to turn around after I do. Show the card to the thousands of people here to see the show. I won't look ahead. Show it to them. Can you all see it? Yep. Hey, look, my tie's a different color. Okay, get that card. You all see it? And rip it right down the center. Notice I spare no expense putting this act together, huh? Put those pieces together. Right, that way I'll be doing the magic. Turn it sideways, rip it again. Put those pieces together, turn it sideways, rip it once more. Show business isn't easy. Drop all the pieces into the handkerchief. Now you must rip that card in what, 180, 190 pieces? Believe it or not, even though she's ripped this card in hundreds of pieces, on the count of 3, all the pieces will vanish from the handkerchief and reappear in an as yet undisclosed place. Feel something already, huh? Sorry, I didn't bring my jumbo deck. It's a deck joke. 1, 2. Feel those pieces in there? Just trying to guess your occupation. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable. All the pieces, each and every all the pieces except for 1 have completely vanished, which is pretty good because last night they all fell on the goddamn floor. So it's a whole lot better trick already. 1 out of 190. Hold this for a second. Here they are, right over here. 3 official and genuine oranges. I want you to have a free choice of any orange. You can pick any one that you want. Pick me, pick me. Okay, we'll go by your applause. We'll leave it up to you. The orange with the loudest applause is the one we use. This orange, the talking orange, is orange number 1. This is orange number 2. And this is orange number 3. Off orange number 1, the talking orange. Thank you. Orange number 2. Orange number 3. Sounds like 1, huh? Anyone you want. Anyone you want. I don't want you to wake up tomorrow morning and say, gee, I wish I had picked a different orange. Really. You have a free choice of anyone, 1, 2, or 3. It makes no difference. Okay, let me have. That's the one you want. Want to change your mind? No. Hup. Every time I start to do this, people begin to think the pieces are going to wind up in here. They never do, but this is so dramatic, I hate to leave it out of the act. Actually, that's not true. We'll find that not only have the pieces made it into the orange, you know, you try to get them to go before the show, but they don't have to. Not only the pieces made it into the orange, but that card that you ripped into hundreds of pieces, it's back to 1 whole complete card. 1 whole complete card except for 1 piece. And look, that piece just fits. Thank you. Keep that as a souvenir. Give her a big hand. Thank you.
Pretty strong, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. And the reality is they genuinely can pick any one of the 3 oranges. It doesn't matter. It's really a diabolical method. It's really good.
Diabolical.
Yeah. So like that whole, this, you know, card to impossible location, I remember that really stumping. I remember like Bill in Orange, card in Orange being one of the first tricks that really stumped me really hard as a young man, and you know, my quest to learn that one. Right. And there's not just one way to accomplish it as a magician. We have various methods out on the market these days, right? I mean, there's a lot of ways to accomplish that illusion, and I think it's pretty wonderful that you kind of get to choose how you want to do it. So you not only can choose the way to present it, but you can really choose your method these days. I think some of the training we have in the back room is some of the best you can get on it, though. We have an amazement plan on this exact thing. And, you know, if you really want to learn, especially if you're just starting out and you want to learn how to just throw this together and start doing this illusion right away, you can. CC members get access to it. I really like his like personality too. Like I know some of the jokes are a little like iffy, you know, these days in this day and age. And this
has got to be 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Right, like probably around 97 or 98 is my memory of it.
Yeah.
Around there.
So.
Yeah, it's
times
comedy
were
club in a
different.
different era. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different era.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like
were
you-
just
like-
out of like not letting people smoke in the club. Like they just had gotten past that, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
So like, you know, so you had a couple of really great things in there, because usually when you do like this kind of present or this kind of trick, like especially like carding the orange or billing orange or whatever, you'll rip up a bill, say for instance, and you give it one piece to someone as a receipt so they can keep it as proof. Then you'll do whatever you do with the pieces. You know, you burn them, make them disappear, however you eat them, whatever you want to do with them, right? But I really like the way you handled that with the Hank, you know, and having her do the ripping and the Hank and having the one piece. I mean, I think it's all very well constructed and
Very practical.
Yeah.
It's very practical to get in and out of that trick, because often when you're doing that trick, you do have to have a very clever way of making whatever it is that's going to go inside of the fruit go away, right?
Well,
You have to have some clever presentation slant on that, and usually it's messy and requires preparation. With this one, very practical.
and here's what's really nice about it. I think, you know, Adam's really onto something. Usually, if you just take that piece off and you go, here, hold this piece, it's like a big flag telling you where we're going and what's going to happen, right?
Totally.
It's like, we're going to go someplace and we're going to need this.
That's right.
But he just held it open and said, drop them all in there. And she just dropped them all in there. So that when he shook it out and the one piece fell, it just seemed like that was that moment that happened. And it was a complete, what's the word I'm looking for? Serendipitous event. Like it just was something that just was, you know, didn't happen every night.
Plus,
Yeah.
he got a punchline out of it. Last night,
Yeah.
they all fell on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. He got a little joke out of it. But, and I just think that just strengthens it so much, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, my
Little thing is little, but it makes it stronger.
my mentor, Frank Brentz, who used to perform this on cruise ships, he had this little device. I think it's really funny, like thinking back to how we as magicians solve these kinds of problems when we just saw how elegantly it can be solved, you know. But
Right.
Frank used to have this solution where he would have the spectator rip up all the pieces, and then they would take a piece and they would place it inside this like folded card, like this card, right? And they would place it right inside there, and then he would close it and he would hand the whole thing to them, right? And then at the end, they would open the thing up and get their piece out, right? And so, of course, you know, Alex and Steve, you know what this thing did, right? But what's funny is that that just seems so absurd now, as like looking like when I was a kid and I looked at that and I thought, wow, that's such a great idea. But now when I look back on it, I'm like, that's kind of an absurd thing to ask someone to do. Like, I've got this odd looking device.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But it
That's
worked.
what was, yeah,
It
that was,
worked.
Totally.
yeah, that's what I thought was nice about this and the Devil's Hank right there. It's just, it didn't seem too out of place or anything. And it just seemed like, you know, a very straightforward solution to a problem you'd be having at that moment. Like, what am I going to do with the pieces? Here, put them in here. What, you know, it just seemed like organic. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep. Very good.
Really solved. He really, I would say you'd be hard pressed to find like a better construct than that. That was really good. Like you said, Alex, really. And if you can select any orange at the end, I mean, come on. That's pretty
It's
good.
pretty great. And you could probably do a fourth orange with his method that he worked out here. You could probably have 4 set up, you know, and have it all be any one of them could be the card. It's pretty great.
That's nice.
It's a
That's
very
nice.
smart thing.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I definitely was not aware of it when like I said, I got to be sort of magic roadie for him, and just in this stilted situation where we were creating this, instructional video of his magic. I was there when he's building the props. He taught me how to build the oranges. He taught me how to do all the stuff. So it's a whole thing.
Let's discuss it, and I have a couple questions. Let's discuss it in the after show. Can we?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
let's do it.
Probably a good
All
idea.
right, we're gonna move on. This probably is one of our favorites of Rich Marotta's, right?
Yeah, he's probably most famous for this one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys are gonna really like this one. Check it out.
Well, it's good to be here in Sacramento. Flew here from New York. Get off the plane, waiting for my luggage. Guy comes over to me, says, "Hey, where you from?" I said, "I'm from New York City." He said, "I'll make you feel at home." He robbed me. Beat me up, took advantage of me, made me think I'm not worried. I know the police are going to catch him. I'll tell you why. I gave them a great description of the perpetrator. He looks like this. See a guy like this, that's the goddamn guy that robbed me. I'm going to reenact the crime for you. Just in case you happen to be there, you can collect the reward. He came over to me, he said, "Give me your wallet." So I reached in my pocket, I took out the wallet. He didn't like it. Thought it was a shitty wallet. Just wanted the money, made me take the money out and put it in here. As I'm doing that, he sees this watch. Woo, where is it? Here it is. Woo, see this watch? This, by the way, is a great watch. Four alarms on it. One of them goes off 24 hours before my wife's period starts. Makes travel arrangements too, that's what I like about it. See that ring? That's a genuine Diamel. Gotta stay up late at night, get the ads off TV for this baby. Said he wanted that. Took that off. Put that in there. Of course, he didn't know I did magic. That's why when he got home, didn't have a thing. See, had the ring, had the watch, had the money back. And well, oh. So that's the way my act works. Do magic, you don't like that to do comedy. Don't like that to do more magic. Don't like either one. By the time you figure that out, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Very practical method to make that effect happen.
Yeah.
Very good, man. There's a reason that thing's like a bestseller, right?
Yeah. And Jim Steinmeier has a really great version of this too in one of his lecture notes from the 90s. I don't remember which one, but would you say this is a classic plot at this point in magic, Alex?
It's a classic plot. Yeah. In fact, do yourself a favor and go watch the Tommy Wonder episodes of Afternoon Astonishment. You can see what I consider to be sort of the ultimate version of this trick, but it's a lot more work, right? This one is very practical. Like this is literally like you have this in your bag, you pick it up and you can go do it. The other one's a little bit more involved, there's trade-offs for the cleanliness.
And I'm going to ask, because I don't know the answer, is Tommy Wonder where this plot starts?
I'm pretty sure it's Alan Shaxson is the first one that had this.
Oh, I've heard that. Yeah,
idea.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, British magician that was doing, gentlemen's clubs and so forth. He's passed now, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the originator of the.
It's so great. I mean, his handling is so practical. You could just do it anywhere, and that's the kind of stuff I just love. I just love that kind of stuff. Totally. Pull it out of the case. You can do it you can do it in the middle of a farmer's field.
Yep. Yeah,
Watch has got
elegance to that.
This watch has got 4 alarms on it.
I wouldn't do that joke. I would not do that joke.
No, I don't think we can do that joke. Sorry.
I just, put it this way. I don't know if we can do it or not, but I don't think it's wise.
It's true. It's true.
It also makes travel arrangements. It also makes travel arrangements. Okay. So you said earlier, Alex, you said there's another half of this coming later. So
right. Remember when we burnt the set list? We had a moment in there where he handed out business cards to people and gave them all pens.
Oh yeah.
We're going to come back around to that. And in the show, he literally did a bunch of bits. I cut out, to make it fit for this, a handful of them. But that's the way the show flowed. It was the fish production. Then he goes into that whole set where he passes out those cards at the end, does a couple more effects. And then now he doesn't have to deal with pick a card. The cards have already been picked, and he did it very casually, handed out some blank cards to people. And now he's ready to move right into the effect that he wants to do with those 4 cards that have been passed out. It's pretty wonderful. And the cards are already signed because he just handled it at the front end of the show.
Okay, let me have those cards there. Let me see here. You sign it? Where's your card? Brian. Good. It's your card. Casey. Good. Pamela. Oh, you said Pam last time. That's all.
Either way.
Either way, Steve. Okay, there's your cards. Had you sign them. I use my little blank cards here. And there they are in different parts of the deck. Push them in there like that. Now what I'm going to do, even though they're in different parts, let me memorize where they are. I'm going to get the cards to go to different parts of my body. You excited? All I have to do is shake like that. And it happens. One card goes here. Hup. One card goes here. Hup. One card goes here. One card goes here. What do you think? Not impressed yet? Wait, here we go, here we go. Hop, 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 hop. Hop. Steve. Is that you? Oh, that's Steve. Okay, close. That's one. Casey. Okay, next one's here. Here it is. Pam. Cool. Last one. Here. No, wait a second, I got it. I've been doing this trick so long, I forget which pocket they go to. Here, here, here. Oh, wait, here it is. Nope. Oop, oop. There it is. Right. I got it. Well, tell you, I'm going to get going soon, but what I'm going to do before I go, I know a lot of you don't like magic, but I'm going to give you some tips on magic. You know, guys, I got a trick that I use to meet women. I do this trick, women come running over. Works for me, sure as hell work for any of you guys. You ladies in the front row, hold on to your seats. This is a powerful weapon, never fails, never fails. See a woman I want to meet, first I get her eye, and then I do this. Mm-hmm. Oh, now you like magic. Well, thank you very much. My name's Rich Monahan.
Gotta leave him wanting more.
And he does. They start screaming for him, and he comes out and does an encore. It's amazing. And you never see someone do that type of card trick in that environment. I mean, that's a hard card trick, especially when you're on stage where people want to kill you if you're not making them laugh. You know, that's an interesting trick for that environment.
I like the way he split it up, like you were saying. I think that's a good idea. You know,
it makes it more sensible. Otherwise, there's too much dead time, right? And I don't know if you can have enough joke to cover the dead time that would have in it.
Yeah.
He sort of by spacing it out, he sort of saved himself and his audience from that, right?
A lot of workable material, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's a lot of workable material. Is there more? Or...
No,
we're gonna watch some more. We're gonna watch some more of Rich, but we're going to move into. We'll have a little bit more of the stand-up, but we're also going to see him in more of an intimate environment where he's doing, comedy magic still, but he's in more of a close-up situation, right? So I think we'll get at least one more out of Rich. So we'll have some more. And again, classic effects that he's made into practical showpieces like this. He's very skilled at this.
Here's what's great, and I've known about him for a while. I haven't really seen a lot of his stuff, but here's a guy. He's just a worker. I mean, you could just see it on him. He's just a worker. He's just out there doing it.
Yeah. He told me, like I said, I got to spend some time with him during this production, and he told me that one of his, at that time, he was like involved with a yacht club, and he was for all of the socialite parties in the harbor in New York. He was the guy, right? He was at all these cocktail parties, and he's doing basically his comedy act of doing it walk around and doing magic for people. And we'll get a taste of a little bit of that in the next, next session here too.